Hey guys, it's Tess.
And Andrea.
And today we're going to be having a story time about
the time she got hit by a car.
Yeah. So start with the times.
Okay, it was I think it was June 27th. It was June 27th, 2 summers ago.
2017.
Yeah. And we all, me, Tess and I, and two of our friends decided to go on, we were just hanging out, and then we decided to go skateboard. We decided to play this game called the Penny Challenge, where you flip a penny, a certain number of times, and then if it's, tails, you go right, and if it's left, if it's heads, you go, you know what I mean.
Anyway. Basically, the side of the coin decides which way you're going on the skateboard.
So then we were just, riding around, the area where our friend lives, and we were all on our we were on a penny board and skateboards, and we went all the way to the mall, this mall, and then we decided to go back home, and it was around 6. It was around 6 when we started heading back. We went up this hill thingy, it was the train tracks. Or something like that, and then we came down and we were gonna cross the street. So her house is over here, and this is just the street, and we were over here,
and
so we just need to cross to get to her.
And it
house.
was one of those streets where it's two sides, one going forward, one going that way, and then both sides
so
had
both
sides
really
had 2 lanes, so it was basically 4 lanes we were crossing. But keep in mind, there was no one there, no one at all. We made sure it was very empty. Okay, so basically, when we went to go cross, she had been mad at me before, so I kind of stayed a little behind because I was awkward, so I just stayed behind.
It was something dumb, it wasn't
she was getting mad at me all day. Anyways, so here's where we need to go. Here's me. Everyone's already here, and then a car comes all the way back there. It looks this tiny, and so I'm I have time. Get on my skateboard, start riding across. When this is where everyone is, I'm right here, and the car, boom, like that, and my whole body, I didn't even realize what was happening. It was in slow motion, and my body tumbles over the car, and I was realizing what was happening, and it didn't even hurt. It was just a big shock. So then I fell to the ground on my face.
So it didn't hurt you, you weren't
no.
Ow.
It didn't hurt until I had been laying there a while, and then I started feeling everything, because it was I lost all feel.
From my perspective, all of our friends had already crossed, and I was almost literally about to step foot on the sidewalk, and then I turn around because I hear a car coming in, and I turn around and Tessa's on her phone, and she's skating,
I don't know.
and she's being so slow, and I was Tess, look out, and oh my god, literally the worst thing I have ever seen. Even till this day, I literally have nightmares about it. I'm constantly thinking about or constantly watching out for cars, because literally that was the worst thing I've ever seen in my whole life. Seeing the way her body literally flew over the freaking car, I literally thought she was dead. When she hit the floor, I was holy crap, she just died.
So after that, so one of our friends immediately walks over. No. Besides her, the 2 other girls that were there immediately ran over to me and flipped me over, and then she runs to the corner and starts throwing up and crying because it was
too much.
She thought I was dead. So.
I was I couldn't look at her, because I was so scared. So many things were rushing through my so many thoughts were going through my head. Oh my god, is she paralyzed? Is she gonna walk again? Is she gonna talk? Can she understand what's going on? Is she alive? Is she breathing? So many things were going through my head, and I was I couldn't process anything, and I was I couldn't look at her, because looking at her made everything seem so real, she was actually on the floor, on the street, and so many, honestly I don't even know, everything was going so fast but so slow in my head. I felt I was trapped in my head, but everything around me was moving so fast. I remember I was throwing up, and then I looked up, and one of our friends' mom was already out of the house. It was a gated community. She was already out, because I remember, because I started banging on the gate, because when the car hit her, I like ran inside the gate, and then it closed. I don't know why I ran inside. I don't even know. Like
She just ran inside.
I just ran inside and I started crying like inside of the gate. And then by the time I turned around, it was like closed. So then I started banging on it, and like a bunch of people came outside because like they heard me like screaming and banging, and like so many people were outside, and then like cars had stopped, and like the driver stopped too.
And then my friend whose house it was, she went inside to go get a paper towel, and she touched it in my face like one time, and it was so red. I was like, oh fuck, like this is real, like oh my god. And then my leg was like, we'll insert the picture. There's a picture you can see my leg is up because she was trying to call my dad on my phone.
Also, I'll put a picture of like, this was an accident. Like this picture was an accident.
But
obviously,
she was trying to call my dad.
I'm not gonna whip out my phone and start taking pictures.
But you see like a boot, and that's the police officer who was talking to me.
And then her pants are like ripped.
Yeah. And then, so, the police officers got there, and, like, what do you call the people, the paramedics? They were, like, asking me all these questions about, like, what's your name, like, number, and all, and then they're asking questions, like, who's the president? And I remember being like, oh, Trump. But they just wanted to make sure I wasn't, like hallucinating or something. So then, also, my dad was at work at the time, and my mom had just gotten to France to see family, so she wasn't even in the country. But then the paramedics and the ambulance got there, like, 5 minutes later, and I was wheeled into, like, the ambulance. And then all these guys came around me and started cutting my clothes off. And I was like, so they put a blanket over me and were asking where it hurt. And my hip hurt so badly, like, so bad. And, like, I couldn't even move it at all. And, like, I had, like, scratches everywhere. We're gonna insert some pictures so you can, like, see how I looked. But we got to the hospital, and,
yeah,
I don't really remember.
I called my parents. So you got to the hospital in the ambulance, and
I saw my dad.
I was
there
I was like so scared to call my parents because my dad didn't want me to go like skateboarding around. So like I had my own penny board, and I like was gonna bring it, but then my dad was like, I don't want you to like leave it home. I don't want you guys to like go like riding around because like it's dangerous and stuff. So then I was like super scared because we had been like literally riding, and like I was just like so scared like that he was gonna like scream at me and all this stuff. But like I called them, and I was like crying, and I was telling them like, can you come, like please pick me up, like something happened. I didn't say what happened. I just said like something happened to Tess. And then they like came, and then like the police were talking to me. They were like asking me questions like did we see the car, how like my name, my address, like things about like the car and stuff like that. And like I answered everything, and my parents had like came, and then like I went to them, and I was like crying, and I hugged my mom, and I started crying even more. And then like my friend's mom explained to my mom what happened, and so did I. And then my parents like took me to the hospital. They took me and my other friend they took me and my other friend to the hospital. And then we were just there waiting, and like I could not stop crying in the car. Like I was literally like I like was so scared. And like we got to the hospital, and then they said that we like one person had to go at a time, and then my friends let me go first because I was obviously the closest with her. So my friends let me go in first, and I remember I saw her, and like she was like so high up, like her, like when you go to visit someone at the hospital, like the bed is like normal, like at a normal level, but literally yours was like so high. I literally had to like go like this to like see her. And I was like talking to her, and I was just like, do you even remember what we said?
All I can remember is my dad be like, oh, Tess, like seeing me. And then I remember your mom's like translating, because her mom only speaks Spanish, so her mom was translating stuff to Andrea to say to me, and she started crying. And her little sister came in. I didn't realize how bad my face looked because I hadn't seen yet, but her little sister came in and was like, oh my god, because I guess I looked really bad.
I had scared her.
I had like a neck brace thing on because they weren't sure if I had any
her nose
things
was
wrong.
like freaking broken. And,
we'll insert all the pictures. And then after that, everyone left, and we stayed at that hospital, and we were trying to figure out like what kind of surgery I was gonna need, and they were gonna have to do more x-rays and stuff. And I couldn't like move because if I moved, my hip hurt so bad. So then the next day she came back. She was the only one that came back that day because like I don't really know.
I think
Like,
the friends were trying to, but it was like
complicated.
it was complicated because she was getting moved to another hospital.
Yeah. So then I got moved to another hospital, like farther away, like probably 45 minutes away. And then like a day later, so this 3 days after the accident happened, I got surgery. So I got surgery.
How come?
Because
like, 3 days
I
after?
think they had to wait because the person I had who did my surgery was like really good at doing that type of surgery, and I think he just wasn't like available until that day and stuff. But anyways, so then I got the surgery on my hip, and they opened from 2 different places. So I have one scar that's like this long, and one that's like this long, and they put in 2 plates in my hip and 6 screws. And also my nose. I don't know if you can tell. That little
that banging in the background is gonna be so annoying.
See that little spot right there? I don't know if you can tell. My nose crooked, but it had gone all the way to the left. So they like a plastic surgeon came during the surgery and like moved it to the right. After my surgery, that was kind of like the main part, and then after that happened, her and my friend whose house it had been in came and like after my surgery. Oh no, they came the day of my surgery and waited so long, but then they ended up having to leave after because I was like so tired and like loopy. And then after that, I stayed for like about another week because they just had to make sure I had to have like a physical therapist come and like help me try walking. There's like videos of that and everything. And then once they said like I was cleared and ready to go, I came home, and then I hated being home. Like I always felt so like sick and stuff from having surgery, and I couldn't like walk, and we had to have a physical therapist come to my house and like see how I was doing. But they said that I had like healed like way faster than I expected, and then I like it happened in what month? June, and I got cleared to do everything in January, and I was on crutches for like the whole rest of summer and had to use a wheelchair for long distance. But then I healed well and fast. It was really traumatizing.
Yeah, it was. Like
I have PTSD. I had to go to a therapist because it was bad.
You still have PTSD? I think I have PTSD. I think I have more PTSD than her.
Yeah, I don't know if you
literally like whenever we are out, like it can literally be like crossing the street over. Like I'll literally check like 50 times, and like even when I'm crossing, I'm literally so aware of my surroundings all the time ever since that happened.
But I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Happy Death Day.
Oh my god.
But if you have, there's a scene in it where the guy gets like hit by a car, and we were in the movie theaters watching with our friends, and I started bawling. Like I was crying so hard from that because like it wasn't that long after the accident, and I got so scared. And now I'm not as scared, but when I see a car comes near me, I'm like and I can't like breathe. Or if I start thinking about it, like I feel like I can't breathe and I start crying. But like I try not to think about it anymore.
I remember like the first weeks when it happened, like I would be like laying in my bed, and I would just be like on my phone, and like I would think about it, like it would come to my mind, and like I would literally like start like crying because like I was like, I don't even know why, like it was just so scary seeing that. Like I remember the first like couple nights I had like nightmares. My mom had to like buy like teas and all this other like weird herbal stuff because it was like really bad. Like I would like shake in my sleep and stuff.
Because your parents always tell you like careful when you're crossing the street, look both ways.
Yeah, but you're never
stuff.
like actually like thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get hit by a car.
But it happened, so
and it was like
careful. And
careful.
But anyways, that's the whole story. I hope it was interesting. I don't know if we like are good at storytelling. I feel like we're not. Okay, so if you guys enjoyed this video, please like and comment and subscribe. And as we said before, leave in the comments what videos you guys want to see, because we want to make what you guys want to see.
Bye.
Bye.
When you say I'm